Hey everybody, it's Calvin the Go here, and I'm here discussing the One Piece chapter 1079 spoilers. And guys, we have a doozy today, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say. When I read these, I was so shocked. Like, there's these are the type of spoilers that you read and you think that they're fake. You're just like, ain't no way this could be true. Um, a lot of reputable sources are saying that everything is true here, and I'm just gonna get to the reading because some of the craziest spoilers I've ever read. Chapter 1079. The title is called "The Red-Haired Yonko Pirates." See, this is big to me because it's like obviously Shanks is someone we've already seen. This is kind of a tend to like when you guys remember when the chapter was called Monkey D. Luffy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a big monumental chapter that kind of changes everything, and it's just this is gonna be a wild ride. That's all I'm gonna say. So the first little section is York learns that the world government has betrayed her, so she orders that the Seraphim kill everyone except the main body of Vegapunk. Um, for me, this is like one of the least. This is probably the least surprising thing on the whole spoilers because it's like when you think about it, when you work with the world government, they're super scummy, they're slimy, they will stab you in the back. Um, so it's not really a surprise at all that they actually you know stab her in the back and they're gonna try to kill her or whatever. And it doesn't really say how she gets betrayed because also at the end of the day, also let me bring up that this is like a really small excerpt of the spoilers. It's not like the full summary where you get every single word that's said, but it's kind of like the initial spoilers. I might go over the other ones in a later day, but yeah, guys, it's just this isn't surprising at all. This is one of the weaker parts of the chapter, but the cool thing is this will lead to more Seraphim fights. That's all I really care about when it comes to York and being betrayed by the world government because this is super obvious that would happen, right? Um, and this is when it gets crazy, right? Near Egghead Island, we see a ship with the Blackbeard Pirates flag on it. See, this is some of the coolest content, right? This is what I want to do the spoilers for. This is what I'm so excited because I'm fiending for One Piece every week, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. And now it's like the Blackbeard Pirates are on it. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that Blackbeard himself is here. I think a lot of people are going to make that assumption, but you have to think about it. Blackbeard has a whole fleet now. It could be a couple commanders. It could be this. It could be that. Like it could be a plethora of different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be Blackbeard himself. Um, he has a pretty big crew now. He's a Yonko now, so he has his own fleets, kind of like how the Shrouds do, kind of like how Shanks and Whitebeard, all them guys. When you're a Yonko, you have fleets, you have many guys that fly under your flag, so you don't have to necessarily go everywhere. But you know, we will have to see who comes next. It's interesting because a lot of people are already talking about the Blackbeard Pirates and maybe how Shiryu could be the person, you know, taking out cameras and stuff, or Laffy or whatever. So, but it's interesting that we're really gonna see potential Blackbeard Pirate members. Not in the way that we thought originally, but now we're gonna see them pull up soon. Um, to me, this just kind of raises the stakes of the Egghead Island incident. It just kind of makes it way more insane because it's like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen here? Who else is gonna pull up? Um, and then we have Garp on the way to try to get the Blackbeard too. Like there are just so many things going on in the One Piece verse, and it's just so exciting. I'm really excited to see what happens next, though. But let me get into the next excerpt. The scene shifts to Elbaf, of course, where Shanks and Kid are about to engage in battle. Kid versus Shanks. It doesn't give much details there. I'm sure we'll get. I hope we get. I hope we get a couple panels because I really want to see Shanks fight so badly. He's someone that we've been waiting to see in action for I don't know what 20 years. Like he's been a fan favorite since the beginning of the One Piece. Since the first chapter, he's someone we've been really excited to see fight. But we do get something in the next excerpt. Shanks uses Commissary and ends Kid. This is something I thought about once I saw Roger do that move on Odin. I was like, okay, I feel like Shanks is the modern day Roger, so he's gonna start to kind of incorporate his fighting style and the fact that he uses uses a Roger move right off the bat, and I guess washes kid low diff. It's just absolutely insane. I'm so excited to see more Shank stuff. It used to be like, oh, you see Shanks once every blue moon. You'll see him like once every couple years. He'll read a newspaper and then you won't see him for forever. But now it's like, okay, this guy is here to stay. This guy is serious. He said he's hunting the One Piece. He told Kid, leave your poneglyphs and go, and he didn't. He tried him. I mean, you got to feel bad for kids. It's funny. I'm a Shanks. So okay, I'm a Shanks stan. Like my favorite characters are Shanks, Sanji, Kizaru, Katakuri. Guys like that. Um, Even as a Shanks stan, it really you kind of feel bad for Kid in a way, because it's like, he was so hyped up for this battle. I'm sure he was really excited to get a chance at a Yonko 1-on-1. He really wanted a chance to like show off his true power. Of course, he did 2v1 with Big Mom, and honestly, to me, that was one of the most Mickey Mouse wins you could possibly get, because it just seemed like such a choreographed battle. It just seemed like it wasn't really that much earned. Like at the end of the day, Long Kid just kind of pushed Big Mom off the island. Like, what does that really do? That's kind of lame. A lame way to defeat someone of her stature. Um, Also, this kind of puts into question Big Mom and Kaido's attack power compared to Shanks. If he easily destroyed Kid with the divine departure, which is what commissary means, it's just that kind of makes you think about where Shanks stands when it comes to the other Yonko. Um, I've always kind of had Shanks top one because, of course, being a Shanks fan. But when you kind of compare him to Roger and how Roger was probably the strongest of all time, you kind of puts you in Shanks, Roger. People have got mad at me for saying Shanks and Roger comparable, or but I think Oda is just really hammering home that Shanks and Roger, in terms of combatants, in terms of a lot of things, are just super similar. And also, when their crew stature and all that stuff. But I'm kind of getting into other things. But just to share my thoughts and everything. All right, and this is when it starts to get sad for Kid. This is when Kid fans are just in the mud. It's tough. Dorian Broggy destroys Kid ships. Destroys Kid ship. Word on the streets is that they use the Elbaf spear. Same thing they use all the way back in Little Garden. Yeah, they're cooked at this point, right? Kid's crew submits and delivers copies of the poneglyph. See, what kind of sucks about this for Kid is he's always had the perception of being the most like headstrong, willpower type of guy. Wasn't giving up to Kaido, wasn't bending the knee, conquered his hockey user. I think, I don't know it. I don't even know what Oda's plan is for him at this point, because it seems they just got utterly demolished. I don't know if we'll get to see the other members of the crew fight. I want to see Beckman. I want to see Rue. I want to see Yasop in action a little bit. I hope we get some panels. Of course, this isn't the full summary yet, so there is still a chance that we see things with that. There's also a chance we might see Seraphim battles as well. But yeah, yeah. I mean, they're it seems like they're finished, and also the last excerpt we have here at the end of the chapter, we have the narrator's box, and in short, the kid pirates are exterminated. I mean, yeah, that's tough, right? That's as bad as it gets, because even though we had a similar panel to that back in Sabaody, it's totally different, because we got beat, but like we got sent to different areas, and it ended up turning into a good thing. I don't know how you can spin this to be a good thing for Kid and his crew. Um, I mean, it just seems like they got absolutely washed. Like, I don't even know what to say to this. And of course, Shanks had his all his people there, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, Kid, you're just not that guy, and it sucks to say, because I had hopes for him, and Law's gonna lose too. So it's like, is Oda just trying to kind of push away these other guys and say, all right, the real rivals to the throne are not Kid and Law, it's Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shanks. And if that's the case, I'm fine with it. But I feel like Kid's execution as a character just been terrible. Um, you know, Oda said he had high hopes for him, but if this is the high hopes he had for him, just to get washed by Shanks and be used as a hype tool and be memed, like it's already relentless, and it's just been the spoilers. Like the full spoilers haven't even dropped yet. The Ross haven't even came out yet, and they are cooking Kid on Twitter. So it just looks like he's finished. It's really tough to see. Honestly, I don't dislike Kid. I don't love him either, but it's tough. But yeah, guys, this is my little video on the spoilers. I might be doing another video going over the full spoilers that might come out real soon. But yeah, guys, it's Count to Go signing out here. Rest in peace, Kid and his crew. Them niggas got cooked. Rip.